Okay, here we are. In a second. Transition. There it is. Beautiful. Wait, what? Are we? Are we live? Do we exist? Oh wait, oh, no. Fuck. There it is. Okay. No. What the fuck? Okay, there it is. Sorry for that. Oh my God, Shane. Hello, welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry for that. Oh yeah. Also, let me check that. I love forgetting to check the most primordial things. Do we have too much static noises? Let me see. Is it better now? Fuck, what the fuck? Why is this beeping nice? What the fuck? Okay. Is it better now? I don't know. Okay. I think it is better now, right? It should be a little bit better. No, do not worry. I do not have anything that makes any sound at all. It is only the what is it? The cord of the cable of the microphone and headset itself, that if it is in contact with anything, it starts to make a fucking static noises and white noise also. I don't know why that specifically happens, but yes. Yes, now on to the more important things. Hello everybody, once again. Oh fuck, ads are starting soon, so let me who was it? Let me check. Okay, hello, Runspoon, hello, Shen, hello, Kyondai, hello, Copado, hello, who else? Myself, hello, the bot, hello, everybody. Fucking ads. What the fuck? How much I had when already talking? It took me too much. That's why the ads are already starting. So while that happens, hello once again. Now with more chillness, I hope everybody is having a great night. And if you aren't, I hope you can find peace whenever you're able to. Today we had a lot. I knew I fucking forgot something. It was to post the list of topics. We will in a second. I have them literally here ready to copy. I place them here on the chat, so there it is. Beautiful, nothing else in that sense. So far, so good. We are in a sense in an outbreak, so meanwhile, let me take an apple bite. Fucking delicious, amazing. I have been thinking a little bit. yeah, apple, you know. Clear sound, crispy sound. I have been really thinking about it, and I hope the microphone works better. The one that I will end up installing. I do not know if it will happen tomorrow. I think I will have the opportunity of doing that tomorrow, because it is not a holiday. It is more like what was it? A day that they take out. Yeah, Apple. But basically, tomorrow, if everything goes well, I will finally go and make some reparations to my headphones that got destroyed on one hand, and in the other, I will also try and what was it? Buy some adapters still for the whole microphone in general. Thing that I didn't do before. So yes, basically that. We should be back from the outbreak, right? Wait, let me check. Yes, we're back. Literally 2 seconds ago, it ended. Amazing internal clock I have. I am incredible. So while I was thinking, I wanted to say something. I checked the philosophical theory, and there are literally three people. So I think it means we found it, boys. I will say. I would like to say it like that, literally. We find the golden grace. We found the holy grail. Holy fuck hell. It happened, man. What a happiness. I I think the only problem, in a sense, is that, or well, is that I realize I need to really, really get better at philosophy if we are going to go down that route of philosophy. But at, at least so far, I haven't heard somebody who has serious arguments against how much I say things. So yeah, so far we are literally only becoming apples for the sake of Shen. I hope he enjoys eating us, and this is beautiful, man. This is a moment of happiness in the life of an average potato. You know, this is the most satisfaction that you can find in an average guy life, potato life. You know, so yes. So far with that, I am very delighted, as I said before. Also, well, I did some changes because I think it isn't necessary for me to be streaming at 3,800, so I changed it to only 3,000, and it is still is over the 3,000 cap. Anyway, so I don't know what that means, but it isn't as intensive with my PC as before. So that on one hand. On the other, something that has nothing to do with internet, but I saw it on internet, and I think I will try to speak a little bit slower, because I found myself that even if it's still I have my own accent and all of that, on the other hand I still am capable of being understood by somebody who speaks English and only English. So I think I have a little bit of hope if I try to speak a little bit more slower. That is the problem, or that is the thing that I need to do in that sense. Mhm. More than anything else, because the microphone is already something that I am working on, so I cannot make time go faster. I mean, I could end stream right now and go to sleep in the hopes of waking up as early as possible, and yeah, it wouldn't hurt, but the only thing that I have against that idea is the fact that when you talk slower, you also fit in more time less words. That is why I always had a kind of aberration for that idea. I don't like talking slowly, but if it means that I am more comprehensible, I will do it. Because I am pretty sure people doesn't really understand what the fuck I am saying. So because I talk very fast, and because I talk very fast and I also have an accent, it becomes almost impossible for anybody who is not from my own region to understand what the fuck I am saying. So yes, I will try to start talking a little bit slower for the sake of that. And also, I think it won't hurt my throat that much if I talk slower, taking into account that almost every night I go for 1 hour, an hour and a half, or 2 hours. I try to not talk too fast. So well, that also something that has no relation to anything else. And my stomach is fucking dying. It is like the third day that I ate chorizo in a row, so I am dying in that sense. I I feel bloated, but at least tomorrow, no, tomorrow there is still also chorizo. Chorizo, yeah, tasty. Mm. But well, aside from that, mm, I have been really thinking, and I find it kind of problematic to not have so much possibilities for people. I knew I was forgetting something. We're going to have static noises, but it is unavoidable. Why? Because I need to write things here. Topics, properties, text. Yes, change this to fuck. Change this. Yes. Copy this and delete everything else. Come on. There it is. No, it wasn't this one. It should be this one. There it is. This one. What? What is your problem? This one, I said. There it is. Now I really can paste the other one. And let me choose this. Okay, I made a mistake. Give me a second. Copy this and I move it from here. And also to here and also to here. There it is. Wait, no. Second. There it is. Now we already have it here. Yeah. There it is now, and this time for real. If I made the transition, but I didn't add the text, how will the transition change anything now? There it is, and this time for real. Sorry for that. Oh my god. But well, here we have them. And also, this time for real, I was thinking a little bit about the idea of trying to have people to discuss the different topics. But that is mostly because I think it will be beneficial to have others, not because I think for myself I need other points of view. Rather, I think it will be better for those who enjoy hearing the discussion, so to speak. Okay, let me tell you the story of everything so far. The microphone arrived like on Wednesday of the last week. It arrived that day. I went on the same day that it it arrived on Tuesday. No, Thursday. Thursday. The day that is after Wednesday. I don't know which one is it. The one that is in the middle of Wednesday and Friday. That day it arrived. I had to get everything for it, so I went to the store and I spent a whole day trying to set it up. So I find out after setting everything up in another different PC for testing that I have that it works. Okay, Thursday, yes, it arrived on Thursday. And I set up everything on the Thursday itself. And after Thursday, after setting up everything on the PC, no, it is even worse. But it has what is it? It is a PC box or something like that. It is in a pre-built, basically, one of those. But it is an office PC. That is why it is worse. It is. I think what? What? Wait, is there? Wait, give me a second. There is noise. Wait, what? There is noise. What? There is noise. Or are you fucking trolling me? No, yeah, you're fucking trolling me. But wait, sorry for getting distracted. I was trying to tell you. sorry. I set up everything and I found out that the problem was on this actual PC, because this isn't a PC, this is a laptop, and I don't know why when they made this laptop, they decided that the audio entrance was only going to be for headphones, so or what for speakers and audio output basically. So when I connected the microphone, I also had a little bit of sound playing because I didn't think there was going to be any problem with that. So I connected the microphone to this PC and it started fucking blasting through the microphone. So we will see if the microphone didn't broke because of that, first, and second, I need to get a USB audio card to see if it works because this PC by itself doesn't have the capacity of supporting a microphone. So yes, I still need to go out and buy only that. The whole rest of things I have the adapter from PC and mhm, the adapter from the 5 no 1.5 millimeters I think it is to the normal audio capacitor and also everything else. Wait, what? Do it, do it, do it, do it now, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. No, wait, do it, do it. But well, yes, I think that is the way to fix it. I think, or at least I hope. Mm. And after that, I will have to set up the microphone properly on this PC particularly. So I guess it will take me between tomorrow and Tuesday to have the microphone itself properly set up. But I don't know when that will specifically happen. But so far, I think okay. I okay. I have a response. I was going to say I was only thinking about the problem that I have next, that is the mouse, and I think the response to that is I notice what the problem is. Um, what? Wait, Divi, what? What are you doing to make the tune? Divi, what? DB7, what the fuck are you? DB, what? What are you talking about? DB decibels, out of tune. What the fuck are you talking about, my man? If you explain yourself a little bit more, I could give you a response. But in my head, I don't, I don't know, ESL brain, uh, out of tune decibels make no sense at all. So I, I don't know. Um, on the stuff, what? On the stuff, what? What are you talking about? What? Uh, Resident Evil. Yeah, something like that. Uh, I don't know what the fuck is. What I don't mean it in a bad way, but I really have no idea what you are trying to tell me about. I'm sorry. I don't know what out of tune decibels mean or should mean. I mean, out of tune sounds what? There is no music itself. I mean, I don't know. My voice is out of tune. Some notes speak when I speak. I don't know. Anyway, also why the fuck my phone has been vibrating so fast? Oh my god, no. I cannot believe this. This is happiness. Thank you, dear Inko, for your ride. Truly thank you. I hope you enjoy your game, and I hope your beautiful edible is still lasting on you, because you said that you made an edible like 20 times. How could I not bring that up? for everyone else on the class to learn about your fucking addictions. Sorry for being mean. Sorry. I didn't mean it in that way. But well. Anyways, look at the end. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, my brother. Give me a second because I am eating an apple and my nose is also not working. So I have to do everything with one hand. And with the mouse pad. Do you think I understand what the fuck that means? I he sent me one of those things where you write music, basically. I have no idea what to make out of it. I mean, if you're talking about the music itself, I didn't touch anything at all. I already talked about this story like 20 times. I stole this from somebody. What are you talking about, then? Where there is feedback making this note. Uh-huh. What? Uh-huh. What? Wait. Every time you speak. Uh-huh. I can't comprehend what you're trying to talk about, man. I really am trying my best, but I mean, I feel like I am, I don't know, slow in the brain, not being slow in the brain. When you tell me every time I speak, I make an out of tune. No. Well, yes, I mean, okay, give me a second. But if I were to get the PC a little bit closer, there is a fan noise. Okay, I think you can hear it clearly. And if we go even closer to the PC, give me a second. Give me a second because I need to get up. If we get like over here, you can hear it even more because the PC is the one making that noise, you know. So yes, it is my PC. It is my dear laptop. Yes, that's it basically. I can try to get further from the PC, but I already dropped once my Apple without even meaning to do that. So I will not once again get so far from it. I already learned my lesson. I also had to. Why would I tune my fucking no. I want to my fans. Okay, think about it this way. If I were to tune my fans, probably my whole PC will die because I did that, you know? Yeah, I mean, I could try to make it something funny to hear, but at the same time, that will also hurt me, or more like make me get hurt because that will annoy my family. Put it that way. But I mean, what is specifically happening in your case? Do they make your PC weird or something like that? Do they hurt your PC or something? Because I don't think that should be that damaging. I mean, but well, aside from that, I mean, thank you for your patience with me, dear Roscoe. I guess I won't sandpaper my fucking fans, more than anything else because I am pretty sure if I were to do that, my PC will die. Because it is already kind of every single time I watch on stream running as fast as it can. Well, yeah, also it is a possibility if I were to do that. Hello, Wilson. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, welcome. But well, I don't know. Oh yeah. Why do you make me right? Fuck. Okay. I hate you. Give me a second. No, you won't do it for me. I have to do it myself. If I rely on others too much, I might as well not even do anything because I am somebody who doesn't take their job seriously enough to do the things that he has to do by himself with the intention. Yeah, I have no hands, but I still can do it. Let me check. Nikon, okay, there it is. There it should be, right? Yeah, okay, amazing. This is beautiful. But well, for a little bit more of chilling, Ginkgo, kind of one of the main creepers of this beautiful channel already gives us a lot, so that is why it is important to give him a follow. Aside from that, he also streams video games as almost everyone else, so if you want to watch video games, well, from somebody who almost always stream when he's faded, you can go there, you know? That is why Ginkgo is the most beautiful streamer out there. He's the one who always gets faded before streaming. In that sense, he's unique, I think. I at least in this tiny circle that we have, you know. But well, the apple is absorb nutrients, you know. You can hear me. What? Wait, what? What happened? No, do not tell me that I broke something. No. What happened? Let me check. Do we have audio? Is everything fine? What happened? Did I break something? What? Why do I have so much lag on the stream? Okay, no. Okay, it is working. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Ronspawn told me that I didn't have audio. So, anyways, hello guys. Welcome to this another night of rambling without any intent at all behind it. Welcome. I hope you make yourself comfortable here. So, well, what's up? Everything fine. Right now, we are on the apple part of the stream. We are enjoying eating an apple, talking about life matter. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I won't make a. No. I won't make erotic content. What? Okay. Oh my god. No. Shut up. God, shut up, please. Oh yeah. We need to watch this. Kuni. Oh yeah. No. That is only one topic that we are going to talk about. You know, we are not doing anything erotical by itself here, unless you consider eating an apple with a low quality mic something erotical. If you consider that erotic, it is not my problem. So enjoy yourself if that piques your spoon. I don't know. Anyways, we haven't. Yeah, yeah. What the fuck? No, no dates. No. Well, I mean, I already said before. If I were to get my hashtag, my art hashtag completely invaded by erotic art, I can't do anything about it. You can, you can basically troll me. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't not do something to you? What? What? Wait, what? What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? Eh? What? Is what? Where? No, no. Okay. Anyways, I don't know. You might as well in the future upload the, the tribute or something. What the fuck? I don't know. This is too weird. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh well, wait. No, I'm not going to get into a roleplay. This is not a roleplay channel. I am not going to say things like, oh yeah, stroke harder, you know? It feels so right. I know! Stop it with the fucking bullshit. Please. Stop. I mean, it is funny, you know? But I mean, it is the same as if I were to out of nowhere say, yeah, yeah, harder, even stronger, yes, faster. Oh yes, it feels so great. No, what the fuck? Why? Why would anybody do that? You know? Why? It brings nobody any pleasure at all. It only makes the whole ambient kind of how is it? Kind of weirded out, you know? Okay, give me a second. But yes, you know. Okay, give me a second. Here I am. Properties. No, it is not properties. Filters. Sharpen. Shut up, sharpen. And also, shut up, Luma key. There it is, I think. There we have it. Give me a second. Okay, there it is. I am as big as I can get on this screen. There you have the references. Well, you should try to pick a color that isn't showing the border, mostly because you know it will get fucking destroyed by a comparison of these 200 by 56 pixels stream. So try to not pick a one, to pick the colors that are so close, others being matched. But you already know the deal. So far, they are only chatting. So yes, continuing with what I was saying. Oh, I don't even know what I was saying. Like, I have been drifting for the last 20 minutes or so. This is beautiful. Literally drifting. Okay, I think before I lost what I was talking about, I was going on about having people to discuss things with. And I was going for the idea of, personally, I do not think I will need them, but rather the possibility of hearing somebody else say the things about the ideas that we're touching here, so to speak, is what makes them interesting. Because if we have that possibility open, we might as well also hear things that are interesting, coming from minds that we do not know, so to speak. At the end of the day, everybody has a completely, or well, not completely different, completely personalized view on different topics. Therefore, knowing how they view things is, at least for me, something very interesting to me. Yes. Also, Ronspan, did you get your references? Can I make myself smaller? Are you fine with that? So let me try to finish this apple because we have been like half an hour here already, and this is getting already hot. Mm-hmm. Okay, there it is. Let me once again making myself smaller. This is still a little bit big, so a little bit big like that. Over here, position. I think I wasn't covering any text, so like that. Okay. And also, no, fuck. Incorrecting. Video. Filters. This and this. And there it is. We're back. We're so back. We're incredibly back. Wow. Anyways, let me go through the apple heart that I have on my hand, and when I'm done with that, we are finally starting with the topics for tonight. So yes, expect some erotical talking. No, not. Do not expect that. Goodbye. I already said too much. I'm back, 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 I'm back. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm back. I'm back already. Hello. Hello, welcome. Do not worry. I was only gone for like 2 seconds, so I'm already back. I'm already back to tell you hello. Welcome to this night. To this beautiful streaming night. So yes. Tonight we have a lot of topics as always. Well, a lot. 4 isn't a lot, but taking into consideration that I tend to drift like 20 minutes or more in some topics sometimes, they might as well be a lot. Well, fuck, I might, if I spend 20 minutes on every topic, I might, what the fuck, that's a lot, man. Anyways, well, yeah, we have topics, so yes, you might see something interesting. I think this one might be interesting because also there is one in particular that I have not so much mastery over, so to speak. I have to work my way around it in a manner that I am able to convey the ideas I know about it properly. Even more taking into consideration that what I am going to talk about is from Spanish to English, so it is even harder. But anyways, this is not a oh wow, how hard it is. No, we are going to first and beforehand make the timestamp, and if Bunkum, if you have no question unrelated to anything else, we might as well try to start. Shut. No, wait. Here, topics. Properties here. Okay, this over here. Let me get this over here, here, and also. Okay. What time is it? Okay, 40. Let's say 43:50. Okay, that is done. Also now, let me move over here. No, here. Okay, it should be fine, right? Okay, there it is. Fuck. Fuck. What did I talk about before? Okay, before starting, let me tell you then. I talk about Shen talk talk or well ask about the whole microphone. So I gave him the quick rundown on the actual situation. That is, I still need to buy an USB audio card. After that, we talk a little bit about. I am sorry, I cannot avoid it. I cannot avoid it. I cannot avoid dropping F bombs, you know? What the thank you for the fan art, Rosman. I love it. So nobody else can see it, so you might as well try to upload it to the fan art tag. It is beautiful, so. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult so much. I cannot avoid it. I cannot avoid it. No, he sent me the fan art by. Wait, in a moment. Okay, do not worry. We shall wait. But anyways, we talk about a lot of things. Aside from that, for example, one of the most funny things that happened was when Ace entered and he saw that it said erotica, and I don't know why he said that. Hey, Bunkum, if you think I know what two power means, you're wrong. Voidroom said, two power is free. I said, why would I have two power? He said, why not? I understood my assignment. I catch the two power hashtag before anything else happened. And I didn't ask any question at all. I mean, so yes, there is no real justification about that, but we have it there. And also, let me give you a like, Mr. Roseboom. No, but why did you? We have no layouts. I will have to claim these fucking layouts. But well, thank you. thank you, Ace, for the hashtag. Now we have a layouts hashtag. This is amazing, and I didn't even set it up myself. So, wow. But well, what I was. Oh yeah, basically that. We basically talk about a lot of things. For example, that I should try my best to not talk so fast more than anything else, because I have at least a ground of English in myself that makes me kind of understandable. So if I speak slowly, it ends up helping me. Yeah, thank you, Ace. But if I speak slowly, it ends up making me even more understandable than when I am talking so fast and that whole ordeal. So yes, we are also doing that from now on. So because that also happens, you might as well end up spending even more time here, because I have to talk even slower, which means that I need to convey my ideas in more time. So yes, but do you have any other question that we want to get answered before I really start to talk about things, or do you have no question at all? Can I, or it isn't that I can, or I can't. Okay, ask, no problem. That is the problem. I say it as if it were a problem. In reality, we literally have no thing back. Yes, give me a fucking second. Okay. Like, I'm really thankful for how you have shown your interest on this whole ordeal. And also, I'm thankful for the support that you provide, and I hope you're able to keep being a good sport. I hope you find rest and you're able to keep up with your efforts, whatever you're trying, because it also is important to have a good rest. There it is. Now, sorry, Kiss Redeem, I have to do it. We cannot avoid it, but yes, Ace. Question. Yes, I get my microphone, and as I said, I need to set up everything, because it was a microphone with a different kind of cord for the, for the PC that I have. You can, just in case, you can find it on the, there it is. If you go over there, you can find I think it is like on the 15th that I send it, on between those days, 15th of November, that I uploaded the thing of the microphone, that it arrived and all of that. I also show there in this pic how it looks and all of that. So we have microphone. I only need to set it up, but we have microphone. So aside from that, thank you, Hyundai. It is you who farm those points. We literally have no way of getting somebody points from others, so it literally was only you who farmed those points. So thanks to you, dear friend. And well, with that, I think we have no more questions. Do we have anything else to get answered? Do we have anything else that we want to talk about? Do we have something in the back of our minds that we would like to ask, or shall we proceed? How are we feeling? Also, did I do my in case I didn't? Okay, I move on. We are right. We are correct. We are certain of my decision. I move on. Yes. Good. I can. Thank you. Goodbye. Let me make another timestamp because I think we ended up spending like 10 minutes. Yes. Almost 10 minutes. Almost. Holy fuck, yes, we spent a lot of time. Okay, now for real, this time for real, we have it. We are finally starting with the topic itself. In this time, title of the topic is the erotica or the lust, because we're going to talk about something preface of the topic. We're going to talk about an idea, and that is the concept that sometimes we find things that are not so erotical, so to speak, probably are not even intended to be taken that way, but rather because we are not embedded, but we are constantly finding ourselves having lust in the human form that we have, so to speak, because it is unavoidable sometimes to find ourselves the lust in our minds existing. We end up taking things as if they were erotical, when in reality they are not. And that is why in this time we are going to talk about it from that perspective, basically. And sorry if you were really, as Ace was probably expecting something like, oh yeah, we're going to have an ASMR session where I say a lot of not so say so words, and I end up making you no, we're not going to do anything like that. This is not your channel for that kind of yeah, this is not your channel for that kind of content. We're only going to do philosophy. Yes, why no? Do not bother to me. It wasn't that poggers. So yes, we're basically yes, I did it. I invented it only for you. But well, I think I have nothing else to add to the preface. So moving on to the topic itself, let me start by saying it is kind of common for us to find ourselves having those kind of desires, mostly because they come from the reality of we have a certain obligation, so to speak, to feel. We are animals before humans, and because we are animals and before humans, it means that one of the main things we constantly find ourselves interested in doing is the desire of reproducing, not for the sake of it, but rather for the satisfaction that it brings and for the knowledge that we might need to extend, so to speak, the longevity and the whole family tree, so to speak. It is kind of weird if you do not see it from that point of view, because if you talk about the idea of having lust over things that might as well not be so lusty by themselves, you might not find the correlation between you having those things and having that primal instinct in you, so to speak, What the fuck? No! What? Oh. What the fuck are you saying? Do not make me look so bad. Anyways, as I was saying, because that is a reality, we have to understand that. Also, there is the other side of this. There is the side of understanding that we also have a conscience, and because we have always the possibility, because we also have the possibility of finding things and creating things that are for the sake of entertainment, so to speak, completely erotical, and that is the real side of the erotica. We also find, in a way, the possibility of finding in those things that might not be so erotical, so much eroticism by itself, because we are already, from one side, having the instinct throwing kind of a rope around us that makes us think about those things, and in the other, the existence of those erotical things that are made for the sake of being erotical, so to speak, having us basically fighting constantly. Not the desire, because if you know how to handle that, it stops being a desire. But yes, as in this case, and I was trying to hold back the question itself because I think you kind of have always the possibility of finding things that by themselves are not so erotical if you focus on the desire itself. Why? Because Bunkum said, if I am trying to not find the potato sexy or make others not find it sexy, I cannot hold back others from doing that. If you, for example, find that because something has big lips, your mind goes directly to the idea of, okay, it has big lips, therefore it is meant to suck, without saying anything more, it is meant to suck on different things. This is the actual function that it might have. When in reality, if, in this case, the product itself, this does not specify why or what the intentions are, because its existence, you end up deriving, in this particular case, from the desire that you have of an erotical lust over things that by themselves might not be so erotical, the, so to speak, unconscious, I think I kind of already said it, but desire that you have. And it tends, or well, it isn't that it tends, it is rather that you start seeing it from that perspective. And in a sense, if anybody else comes to you with a different perspective, it becomes harder for you to be able to accept it. Because in this case, we are focusing on the idea of why it is important to be able to differentiate between those things that might not be so erotical, but rather they have the inherited lust that you have into. Because in reality, we might everybody see that this is an amazing message. Wow. But yes, okay, sorry. It means that when you have the possibility of analyzing if what you are really seeing is by itself erotical, or if you are implanting on it the part of eroticism that by itself it doesn't have, you also have the possibility of seeing if you have the tendency of giving to those not so erotical and not so really appealing to that side of you are not so well deserved, or it isn't that it is not, it is or it is not deserved. It is rather a not logically obtained sense of erotical, basically. Because the important part here is trying to see it from the perspective of, personally I can say I do not have a problem with that, but I know there is a lot of people who really, as Kyondike said, for example, might consider themselves scumbers, and it might not be the best word to describe kind of an addiction, because in this case we are dealing with somebody who finds in almost every single thing a necessity of exerting and liberating the physical pleasure that they have inside of their person. Why? Because it is also another side of this that you learn when you are only focusing that how pleasure it feels, because you also close your mind to the possibility of finding pleasure in other things. One of the main problems with those who have those kind of addictions in this case is the reality of thinking that what you're doing is the most satisfying thing, when in reality, if you open yourself to the adventure that is discovering different experiences, you might find something that is much more rewarding, so to speak. You might also find nothing that is as rewarding as what you are going for. But the point of view that should be the most helpful is always the one that encourages you to explore. It is not the one that lets you be, so to speak, someone who resides constantly in only one state. That is why in this case, trying to give it a coherent conclusion, if you have the possibility of analyzing what you are seeing from the point of view of, am I consuming something because I think it is erotical, when probably, or if I delve deep down enough on it, it may not even try to convey anything at all of that sense, or I am really, in this case, in this fictional case, already so deep down, so to speak, the desires that I have myself, that I am unable to separate them from my daily life. Basically that. Basically that is a way to say it. In this case, the important part is analyzing how you see things more than anything else, and doing the constant work on those things. Because, as I said before, if you work on them and you find, so to speak, a liberation because you did them, you already won, on one hand. So yes, basically that. Any question? Should I move on? Do we have anything else that I might have not clarified so much? Some questions that would like to get answered? Something? Or, as I said before, should I move on? But let me think of some what. Okay. Thank you. Then let me. Oh yeah. Lastly, we have no more last in ourselves, sadly. So let me. Well, I mean, I noticed. Okay, give me a second. I will move it a little bit further. I noticed that there is still one part of this that I kind of not talk about, but at the same time, it might come from the desire of not talking about it. Mostly because I do not think I have that much knowledge about that specific thing which I did not touch in this case. But at the very least, I say if somebody notices that there was kind of an important part lacking there, it comes from the fear, in this case, of saying something incorrectly in such a way that might really taint the whole idea. Yes, there it is. Now, properties. Okay, the mouse doesn't work. Let me this changing. Okay, yes. Okay, there has been no lag, no frame drops, no anything bad. Are we fine? Okay, let me. We're fine. Amazing. Okay, next topic. Changing your mind and realizing your errors in this case. Well, the kind of preface is, particularly for this topic, is we kind of have been already talking about the idea of one of the most precious things is to understand sometimes that we have weaknesses, so to speak. In this case, I think we will have the possibility of really delving into the whole idea of really accepting those dark parts of oneself, so to speak, because not everybody has, as always, not everybody has the possibility of really going down towards that whole analyzing stuff, let's say. And even if you have it, sometimes you might even want yourself to not get into it. So basically that we're going more than anything else take this whole topic from the point of view of trying to realize and trying to have the whole mindset change, so to speak. Yeah, basically trying to accept the shadow because it is beneficial to you, not in a punitive way. Okay, just in case, I think if you found that it needs to be punitive in you, it might even be doing more harm than good. The whole idea of realizing your errors isn't to hold yourself accountable for everything, but rather to accept them and to work on them. So yes, now into the real topic itself. Changing your mind and realizing your errors. In this case, we're more than anything else talking about the idea or the possibility of when you do some things and when you know that, so to speak, you're committing failures, there is in the average person a tendency to not really work on those things that they are faltering on, and that they are even sometimes probably not being able to really achieve the way they desire more than anything else. Because there is a kind of ideology, we could even say, that relies upon the idea of if you have errors, you might as well not pay attention to them, and you might as well not even try to work on them, or you might as well not even pay attention to what you're failing on, because those things that make you great are also those tiny errors, and those tiny errors are also part of your whole mark of quality, so to speak. So it is not a problem by itself if you find how to work around it properly, but we're more than anything else presenting an alternative, so to speak, because in this case we are delving on the idea of if you have the possibility of stopping and analyzing what you're going through, the whole concept of changing how you feel about those things might even give you an advantage over the past you more than anything else, because it ends up being very common for almost anybody who does not correctly assess how they are feeling about the things that they are going through, and also if they do not take the time enough to really, so to speak, have a sense about what they are more than anything else not being able to really do in the way that they want, that, as I said before, the average person ends up feeling bad about it in such a manner that almost diminishes their whole capacities, because it might be harsh, but I think it is better to know it and to not accept it. If you hold yourself accountable after a certain point, you more than anything else are harming who you are. It really is important to not dwell on, or to not dwell more than anything else, and to keep pondering and keep pondering and keep more than anything else overthinking the things that are bad about you, but rather, in this case, probably from a different perspective, trying to analyze them and trying to find the solutions, not the problem itself, not trying to go around the idea of you had a problem and how problematic it is that you have that certain problem and how incredibly bad it made the whole ordeal for everyone else if that problem affected others, or for example, how incredibly worse it could have also been for those who were around you if that problem were to be even bigger, things like that. so to speak, a kind of depressive talk to yourself. In this case, we are trying to change that first approach that, as we said before, the average person might take for a more helpful one, and that is on the idea of trying to see if the problem existed, why it happened, from an objective perspective, not not attacking the human itself who committed the failure, but rather how that failure itself happens, so to speak, consistently in anybody's life, and if it is a constant thing that could happen to anybody, what are the most common use approaches for it, and how you could try to solve it if you were an average person. Because let's say it from this point. If you find that you yourself are not an average person and that you yourself have no need of, so to speak, solving things in a manner that others did, at the very least contemplating how others solved a similar problem to yours from a perspective that is reliant only on their situations might give you an idea on how to not have the same kind of blockages that you had before. And it isn't only reliant on the part of you that is, so to speak, the conscious critical mind, but rather also on the inner dialogue that you hold with your own self and you hold with the constant person that is changing and going through the experiences of life. Because if you're not, okay, another thing that might be harsh to hear, if you do not do the diligent work of not getting yourself get so held down by your own errors, there will end up being a point in your life where the amount of errors that you yourself hold, even to that day, so to speak, accountable for, and this amount of errors that are preoccupying your mind instead of the actual things that are in front of you, in that exact moment you might even find the desire, so to speak, of living for a better alternative than what is continuing on your situation. But, and that is the worst part of this, if you have always the possibility of accepting what are bad sides to you, and you decide consciously to not take action to make that weight less, it also has, so to speak, a part of responsibility lying in you. But more than anything else, this is not only about being good or being bad, it is only about learning about, it is only about learning how incredibly easy it might become for you if you take action instead of the constant critique and the constant harsh words that you yourself direct towards your person. Because the errors, if you understand them, you also understand how, so to speak, what the solutions are. If you say that you understand an error, but you haven't found a solution, you might as well, in this case, in this ideology, not have the possibility of really saying that you understood it. I think with that, I was clear enough. So, any question? Or what, more than anything else, kind of giving time for any question at all, I kind of like to stop because I think it kind of went too harsh on the individual. This is something that I still kind of struggle with, because I think sometimes the idea of attacking too much the individual, for those who might find it appealing to their case, is not so good. No. Basically, I mean, that's it in this topic, basically. I don't think, or it isn't that I don't think, I prefer to not say anything else. If you are feeling like that was already enough, if we feel like I could as well continue, I might as well continue. Because there are still some layers onto that whole changing the mind ideology, basically. But if we are feeling fine, I will continue. If we already feel like it was too much, no fucking problem on changing topics. At the end of the day, also, as I even heard it myself, it might require some people to write things down, so we might as well move on to something easier to digest than this ideology or this particular idea. So, well, let me get things ready to move on, just in case. Yes. 1, 14, 13. Okay. Okay, there it is. Now let me here move to from here to this and also this. No, okay, there it is. Okay. Well, we have the last two topics already, or well, more properly to say, we already went half of the topics down. We still have the other half. So yes, in this case, preface of the next topic, the different systems of the body, were more than anything else not talking about the metaphysical parts of this. We are going to take the more kind of semi-scientific, let's say, semi-scientific approach, because literally we're only going to talk about the muscles, the digestive system, for example, the mind itself, but not in the sense of wow, the mind and the different approaches and what will be, for example, yeah, basically biology, a very basic biology, the manner that we already have here, so to speak. So positive biology. I don't think I don't think those words make any sense together, but we might as well create that. So yes, positive biology. So yes, into the topic itself, the different systems of the body. Wait, there is a fucking S that is missing there. Fuck. Give me a second. Yes, beautiful F-bombs, you know? I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I love them. Okay, there it is. Now, this time for real. Where the topic itself, the different systems of the body, you are more than anything else, in this case, approaching it from the side of how important they are and how incredibly clear they become if you work on them. The different impacts that they have on the person and the different advantages that they give to you more than anything else. So yes, as I said before, we have first and foremost the most manipulable system, the muscle system, and that is, I think, almost everybody will know about it at this point. That is the whole muscles of the upper body, the middle body, and the lower body. Basically, those three different kind of categorizations exist. Why? Because they are also called the limbs and the trunk muscles. Why? Because the whole muscle, so to speak in this case, system is focused more than anything else on consuming the different parts of abdominal and also intramuscular, if we have any, different kinds of fat that we have. And why would that concern us in any different way, if at all? Because more than anything else, the importance that they have themselves is knowing how good or how bad it is for your body, in the case of having muscles, how incredibly good or bad it becomes for you to have more body or more muscle mass body than fat mass in your own body. Why? Because when you reach a point of development, it gives you the advantages themselves are more than anything else. Not having a clouded mind, because basic biology, when you have too much fat, the blood itself becomes heavier to transport. The blood itself, therefore, makes the whole brain itself work slower because it is harder to transfer from one point to another. And I think it is kind of known, the whole brain is consistent of approximately 90% liquids. Aside from only blood, there are some very important, what was it? I don't remember the word. What other kind of substances aside from only blood? But if let's say if 50% of that 90 is contaminated with a thing that makes it work slower overall, you might as well try to get rid of it. Because in this case, we're more than anything else preaching for the possibility of being at your best. That is one thing, as I said before. Because if you work on your body and if you have the possibility of differentiating how incredibly useful it becomes to you to have a clear mind, you also start to appreciate how incredibly, well, I won't say incredibly beneficial, because developing a good muscle system is very hard, even if you are taking what was it, performance enhancers. Even if you are taking things like that, your whole body still is slow to the point where it really needs to be working and working constantly. So it isn't that it is incredibly beneficial, but rather over the long run, if you consistently work on it, you really find how your whole body shifts to a different kind of reality, if it was the case that you have too much fat. The second, in this case, whole system that also applies to this same idea is the digestive system, because it is kind of true that we cannot alter how it functions, but it is also kind of not true that we kind of accelerate it. Why? Because more than anything else, the thing that relies the most the stomach to be able to digest different things that we ingest in our day-to-day life is the acidity of the microbiome that we have in it. What does this whole convoluted mess of words mean? That if you create inside your stomach such an acidic environment that almost anything gets developed faster than if it were not an acidic environment of such levels, you also take less time dissolving stuff. You also, and think about it this way, the whole digestive system is something completely or almost completely unconscious from your side, aside from the part of, for example, having to go to dispose of the residual parts that your body didn't find any use of at all. Aside from that conscious part and the part of eating also, the whole rest of the digestive system is not on your hands completely, as I said before, because how it is that if we are mentioning so much the possibility and the capabilities of increasing the acidity of the stomach and the stomach liquids and all of that, how we can create that? I think it is kind of, if you tried it before, it becomes obvious what the way is. You need to eat spicy food. It is as simple as that. Because in this case, words are so funny. Because if you are someone who hasn't in your whole life really eaten anything truly spicy at all, you will end up even crying because of the spiciness that you feel. Because getting your whole body accustomed to the feeling of spicy food is a fucking experience, you know? I would even say like this. If you never try the spicy things and you for the first time, because somebody said, oh wow, you might find a benefit if you do it, you will end up probably sweating so much you will be bathed on your own sweat, because it is incredibly hard to really get your body accustomed to spiciness. But as I said before, it brings you the incredible possibility of the food that you have in your system not spending so much time in there. And also, something kind of a side note, in this case, because we're taking it from the perspective of someone who could try spicy food without worrying about their well-being. There are not only people who have hard times changing their diets because in this case you kind of have to change your diet if you really want to affect your whole body in that sense. Not only having that, but it's spicy hate. Not only that, there is also some kind of, well, I think it isn't a kind of, at this point in time, I think it is kind of 70% of the, no fucking god, 50% of the world who has irritable bowel syndrome disease or something like that. Irritable bowel, basically. IBS. Okay, irritable bowel syndrome, basically that. And what that means is, on the most basic level, if you have that, you need to balance your diet once again. Because sometimes it is because you are really eating too much spiciness, but also sometimes it is because you are eating too easily to digest food. And if you eat too much food of that kind, your whole system really ends up messed. And not only that, you also start affecting your whole health. So I think it is kind of obvious, but you should really pay attention if you are not having a good diet, because we are talking about here from an already good to go person. We might as well do not have any problem, or more than anything else, I myself do not have any problem on delving on the different ways to solve those problems. Because, for example, someone who has an irritable bowel and they know that they haven't been eating anything really spicy at all, they might need to add more grains to their diet. Why? Because one of the main things that the primal human body needs is grains of different kinds. Because unless you are eating really incredible amounts of food, thing that is not particularly normal in the average diet of someone who eats ultra processed foods, unless you are eating those kind of foods of really pure meats, unless you're eating that and in huge amounts, you need a lot of different things that are not ultra processed. So it has to deal with a lot more factors than just eating spicy or not in that sense. But yes, aside from that, we also still have the, which ones I said? I think I already went over the stomach, the whole. Oh well. Okay, we have a very theoretical thing, and that is a mixture of the muscular and the whole also digestive system itself, and that is the realization that the one of the main ways that the stomach has for functioning inside of it is, so to speak, if you figure in your mind one of those constantly mixing machines that are constantly moving things around. And how would that happen if, let's say, the stomach itself is inside of you, and even more because you ate, you do not move so much. It is the same reason as to why your stomach makes noises when it is empty, because there are muscles inside you, in this case, which if you train really hard enough, you might learn how to almost consciously control that, constantly move the stomach around and make them go around and make the foods, if there are any, move and get soaked in the different, so to speak, stomach acids, and it makes the whole thing work aside from the acids themselves. So if you have the possibility of learning how your specific muscles in your stomach work, you also have a possibility of going there. But in personal experience, I wouldn't recommend that more than anything else because it is fucking painful. But if you anyways decide to take that route, one of the easiest ways to go around the whole ordeal. So yes, aside from that, now onto the real system itself that we kind of talk about, the brain. And in this case, trying to watch it from the point of view of not only how incredibly important it is, but also how it is related to the other two. Because the process itself of the brain, I think it is kind of understood. The mind, the brain, the whole matter is how you perceive things and how you, in this case, let things affect you. In this case, obviously, we are speaking about the whole health side and more than anything else, almost the whole eating side. So we are more than anything else focusing on the idea of if you perceive things as badly, and if, for example, if you perceive that if you are going to eat something spicy, you are going to get, so to speak, a bad stomach for the next whole week, it might become a reality more because you thought about it than because it by itself will end up happening. Even if you, so to speak, have the examples of that being a reality before, it by itself, the way that you assimilate and approximate those realities make them even more real. And it does not only apply to the foods, or so to speak, the spicy foods, it also applies to the foods that you think they will end up making you hard. It also applies to the foods that you think will be as healthy as they get. It applies to everything. It also applies, for example, if you think that the different methods of training that you're using on your muscles is worthy or not, it also shows how much or how less it impacts your whole body. So it is weird to have that notion in the sense of really approaching and really trying to get an advantage over those who are not so much working towards their, it is not a desire, it is rather their interest more than anything else, because it really only exists from an interest, the desire, or well, sorry, the interest of sustaining your own health, because the desire a lot of times is more than anything else to overthrow your health for the sake of having good experiences one after another. That is also sometimes why some people really have some eating disorders, be it eating too much or eating too less, because the experience themselves are more enjoyable than the act of changing anything else. So yeah. But anyways, we're not here talking about diseases, and even less about eating disorders. So yes, in this case, we're really trying to go about the concept of if you perceive things as helpful or not, they really affect how they affect you, so to speak. So yes, in this case, you really need to be conscious about what you're eating before you're eating, so to speak, what you're giving your whole body in the way of signals, so to speak. And okay, sorry, I didn't mean signals because I kind of think signals is a bad way to say it. It is more like what is the preemptive information that you're giving your body before doing the action itself. Because sometimes the whole preemptive information is what really tells your body how it should react, let's say it like this. And if you create an environment where it should react completely bad, it might as well happen more than anything is because of that, rather than because it was bad. Basically that. In this case, so thanks to coming for my TED Talk. Okay, if we have no questions, I shall as well move on. So far, I never checked once again the audio, so I hope it didn't broke in the middle of this whole talking stuff. But let me do this. Also do this. 133, okay, 133, 14. Yeah, probably. You well, in this case, if you really, more than anything else, the act of shitting yourself comes from the act of also moving the muscles of the shitting action, so to speak. So yes and no, but yes, basically. If you really think about it hard enough, it might also become a reality. you know. But yes, okay, we have now finally, uh, Frodo no sleep. No, we have the final topic of the day. A world we don't want. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Wow. Well, in this case, we have a topic that is more kind of a fictional topic, just in case we desire to hear, so to speak, or we need more than anything else to hear a perspective that might not be so good to have, or not a perspective, a reality that might not be so enticing to live in, rather than good things. Why? Because I think the preface, the most important thing is knowing that there are things you really don't want to have, and if you're not aware about them, you might as well be slowly approaching them. That is why, in this case, we're going to talk about completely bad stuff that we really should try to keep ourselves away from. In some cases, it is the whole society, in some others, it is the whole person itself who is accountable for this. So, we will see how you who is hearing this takes it. So yes, let's finally start with the topic itself, a world we don't want. As I said before, there are a lot of things that we might not realize are as bad as they really end up being if we do not meditate about them, and if we do not really put our minds into realizing how incredibly horrible they might be if we were to live in those realities. We might be slowly approaching them. So in this case, we are more than anything else going to accept the different ideas and divert, and more than anything else submerge into those different worlds for some minutes. Obviously, we're not really going to do it for that long, I hope. More than anything else, because it really teaches you a lot. So yes, one of the most interesting things to always consider, and one of the main things that is always shown to everybody who, even if they do not want, is almost forced to realize, is, for example, a world where you wouldn't be free to do the things that you are actually doing. For example, if you were playing a video game while you are hearing somebody tell you things, you realize that you really want to do that, and it is not so good to be stripped out of not only your desire, but your reality where you're living that and where you're really enjoying that whole side of the world, so to speak. Why? Because we might not really be completely able to analyze every single individual in the sense of saying why every single person finds an interest and an attraction towards that. But at the very least, we know that people want that, be it whatever reason they gave to that. But the whole important thing is to know that, do you really want to be removed from that reality? Are you willing to lose that? And how much are you working, so to speak, to keep that reality from existing? Because that is one thing, and that is one very easy example to give to others. Because we might as well also have, for example, the reality of those who really enjoy watching a lot of content, those who really enjoy consuming a lot of their time on, more than anything else, entertainment. How much are you really working towards keeping that reality being real? How much are you really, apart from consuming things and from being somebody who enjoys his time or their time on whatever they want, how much aside from that you are also making sure that is stable enough so that you can consistently keep doing that until the day that you pass away, so to speak? Because you might as well be doing that, right? Or are we living in a reality where you are doing things that you do not even want to do for the sake of doing them? You might not even have realized you are doing things that are completely bad to you, that you also know are bad to you, but because you haven't found another thing that really interests you, you still are doing those that are completely detrimental to you. Are we approaching that reality? Are we getting close to that world when we really are submerged in those completely obnoxious things, those damaging parts of the self and the external world will really get hurt by doing things that could even be avoided sometimes because we have not realized what we really desire to do. Because if that is not also a reality, we also have, for example, the whole side of the world where there is already people that is living along the desires of others. Why? Because you kind of already turn your brain off and you let others tell you what to do. Not in the sense of, for example, having to follow rules, in the sense of literally from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go to sleep, you let others decide for you. You let, so to speak, you let a boss. Hello, Kevin. We're in the middle of the last topic, a world we don't want. So far, we have done a quick rundown on a lot of different things and a lot of, more than anything else, if you haven't thought about them, kind of possible realities that you might find yourself going forward or going towards, even if you didn't want them to happen. So that is basically what we are doing here right now. I hope you have a great stay. I don't know how much we are going to go over this one. There are a lot of things that apply to this, so yes. I hope you have a great stay. Also, let me take some water. I think I said it before, but because as I was saying, there is also a probability that you are one of those, or that you are becoming one of those who literally has turned off their brain, who has to such an extent let go of what you yourself hold dear that others, and that is the problem, really completely drive your life. Why? Because let's say you committed so much errors, you committed so much faults, and you decided to not really pay enough attention to those things that you really wanted to do, that you yourself find in the future trapped in the hands of others. Why? Because it might also come to you as a realization that in those moments you are in those situations because you also, in a sense, despise the idea of thinking about what you want, of being someone who has to go through so much things and through so much memories and has to display so much about who they are, that it is better to keep being somebody working for others than to really try to become what you know will be best for you. So that is also, for example, an incredible sad reality, because if you yourself know that you have a potential but you decide to limit it because you say, you know what, this is so tiring, are you in a sense striving towards that? Are you yourself ending up being someone who finds faults in every single thing to an extent that it holds you back instead of really making you move towards the realities that you really want? Are you really someone who is closing slowly the doors that life is opening in front of you because you rather enjoy the idea of saying, you know what, this is so sad, I prefer to not really think about this, this is such a penance? Are you really also, for example, becoming like that? Or on the other hand, another reality is, are you becoming someone who is so careless that is not even paying attention to where you are going to end? Are you, for example, deciding that every single day is the most important day, therefore you focus on things that are so unrelated one to the other that you have no overlasting objective, that you are going only on the fate or on the, more than anything else, on the idea of I might as well die tomorrow, so I need to move fast and I need to do every single desire that I have? Are you, for example, letting yourself become someone who is only going towards the desires that you have rather than to those things that probably there is no real deep part of you who is holding yourself accountable towards that? Because that also gets shut down in a sense if you know, or if you realize that it does not belong to you. But let's say that you might also be someone who is conscious about the bad things that you are doing while still doing them. Are you really, for some reason, when the bad things that you know you could change instead of taking action? Then I try to not be disrespectful, but at the same time, it is kind of impossible to not be. Because if you know that you have the possibility of solving something, why are you not taking action towards that problem? Why do you keep doing that same problem over and over again? Because we are not talking in this possibility of fixing the things that affect you as 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 instantaneously as they appear in front of you. No, we are talking about the realities of those people who really every single day stumble upon the same exact problem instead of solving it for once and never once again finding them. So yes, are you also, for example, letting yourself become that? That is why it is weird to see that we have a lot of different realities that we do not want. But if you yourself haven't thought about them, are you also, for example, let's say, not even knowing where you are going you yourself? You are not even realizing the faults that you are already giving pathway others to install in your life. Are you also, for example, allowing others to tell you what is good, what is wrong, when you yourself already have an inner deeper desire to give yourself the meaning to those things instead of, as you already know, letting others do that? That is why it is important more than anything else. Yes, I think that is the end of this. That is also why it is important to by yourself think about it, because even if they do not feel great to think about, when you realize what does not feel great to become, you also find what is great and what you really want. Because it isn't so completely easy to say, I want this. For example, as I already said, you might not even realize that you are only moving towards your desires. So yes, that is the whole stick here, more than anything else. Think, my brother. Think, my brethren. Think because it is good. Think because it changes you, because it gives you more possibilities than anything else. Think, even if it is painful. Okay, there it is. So yes, after this whole pondering session, we shall move on to try and read somebody. Because I don't think I have anything else to say so far. I kind of really rambled a lot today. So, well, I don't know. Do we have any question at all that we want to get answered? Do we have anything of that sort, or should I really end it here? Okay, let me see. Excited to see the world. What? Oh yeah, thank you, Crank, for coming. Sorry if it wasn't completely possible for you to watch. Do not worry. As you even yourself said, yeah, there is the what. So thank you, and also thank you, Amy, for hearing this whole thing. Yeah. I hope, as always, somebody was able to gain anything from it. It takes the most important thing that I want to say is it might need to be heard or to be pondered even more on your side, because I really am giving you the rough drafts that I have in my mind more than anything else. But it is still, if you think they are going to be beneficial to you, they really will give you something good, but you need to put from your part. So yes, well, I think it, I don't know, I can't completely tell you, but I think it was kind of good, the erotica versus last whole thing, I think. What do I think about Melee? Okay, my brother, let me tell you this shortly while I search for somebody to write them. I already told it. I went and well, I didn't went. I wake up because I didn't even by myself decided to wake up. They made fucking noise on the street, and that shit made me be awake, like at 10 a.m. I checked my phone. I noticed that it was elections day because Google cannot shut the fuck up about it. So I had to do that. After that, I decided to, you know what? This is my moment, my brother. I opened the page where I have to pay the ticket. I pay my ticket, and I stop thinking about it. I do not care about who won, about who does anything, because Argentina, since a long time ago, more than anything else, relies on the individual to be the one who does things. If you yourself think that a politician will save your life, that is my take on this. If you think a politician is going to save your life, my brother, I do not know what to tell you. You might need to revisit that idea. At least here in Argentina, we do not have the possibility of relying on others that much. You need to work on our things yourself. Here, nobody who won will make your life easier. Nobody. I think even if fucking Jesus were to come down to earth and give you the possibility of saving you, you need to take the first step in saving you yourself. In that sense, I think. So yes, please do not be so harsh on what I say. I do not mean it in a bad way, but I mean what I say if you feel that it means something at all. But well, today we are finally doing a raid. What? Literally every single time we do a raid. This is amazing. But yes, we're raiding Tenma because why not? So as always, thanks for everybody. What? Thanks to everybody. Sorry. Thanks to everybody who came. Thanks to those who said anything at all. To those who only lured. Every single individual. As always, thank you. Thank you a lot. It as always means more than anything else, because the act of showing up, even if you only watch the VOD, even if you only decide to lurk, everything. Thank you. Thank you. And even more to those who said anything at all. Those who gave more than, not in the sense of being more important, but the act of showing the appreciation is also important. So really, thank you. And now we shall raid Tenma. Who? Let me check, because I only know that we are raiding Tenma, but I don't know what we are raiding. Okay, playing Spider-Man. Yes. the whole raiding somebody else thing. Yes, we're raiding somebody who's playing Spider-Man. This is amazing. Let me. Oh well, as always, indulge yourself in content. Finally, this is over, so you might as well go and consume something more entertaining than this. Fucking my spell this. Ah! There it is. Properly raid message. And also my PC is dying, so I think I won't be able to watch that myself. Sorry. Yeah, my PC is dying. I do not know why. So, anyways, as I said before, thanks for everything. People, we are done here. So let us finally, at once, raid. What is your problem? Why I can't hit right now? Why I can't? What? Did I do something? Why I can't hit right now? My brother? Okay, there it is. I think it was a lie or something like that, I don't know. So yes, goodbye everyone. Have a great night. Have a great time zone if it isn't night. So yes. Ciao, ciao. Wait, I didn't fucking finish this.